A big green arrow for the experts team, and it's time to look ahead to FPL GW9 with the bench boost still in contention. Help me get this one to 1,000 likes and subscribe to the channel. Let's get into it. Starting off with how the experts fared in Game Week 8 then, it was 78 points, which is very good, up to 1 million in the world, 489 points overall. The transfer from Neco Williams to Timber definitely paid off. The experts were 50-50 whether to go with him or Gabriel, and obviously Gabriel outscored him in Game Week 8, but hopefully Game Week 9, Timber can be the one to get the big points. Unfortunately, we did bench double Burnley clean sheets. It was a week of bench pain and something that's going to take some recovering from. 21 points on the bench. Where are you? Are you beating this experts team? Well, if we have a look at the experts top 10, we see Mahmoud Al-Zubi, 30k overall still, and Rich Clark bench boosted correctly in Game Week 8, 25 points on his bench boost, 112 points overall just for one game week, from 1.5 million in the world to 200k. We also see the Fantasy Football Hub AI aggressive team up from 1 million to 300k with an aggressive transfer of Gyökeres to Mateta. Boy, did that one pay off. So let me know, are you beating the experts team? Currently 26th in the Community Invitational League. Would you make this top 10? Let me know in the comments. One free transfer then for the experts going into Game Week 9, 1.2 million in the bank as well. Some varied responses to what the experts should do. 50% are looking to roll the free transfer this week. 33% are looking to make an upgrade in defence by selling Virgil van Dijk. 17% looking to sell Tijani Reinders, who with a 59-minute bench substitution for a one-pointer in Game Week 8. A lot of managers losing patience with him now. In terms of the options for coming in, there's a motivation to double up on that Arsenal defence ahead of those next three fixtures, with 33% looking to buy Gabriel, 17% looking to buy Enzo Fernandez in midfield as well. So some exciting options there, but of course, rolling the transfer is the popular move. Rolling that transfer then, this is how the experts plan to line up in Game Week 9, and it will be Sanchez between the sticks for Sunderland at home ahead of Dubravka, who travels away to Wolves. Then in the back line, we've got Timber at home to Crystal Palace. Virgil van Dijk actually keeps his place away at Brentford, with Van der Ven away at Everton, narrowly edging out Chris Richards away at Arsenal. Obviously a tough fixture for Richards, but you kind of know he's going to get a 4-point base from that fixture with defensive contribution points. And then Anderson is getting benched in the midfield, sticking with that 3-4-3 formation of Reinders and Dye, Semenyo and Saka. And then the front line, it's Haaland, João Pedro at home to Sunderland, and Mateta in form but away at Arsenal. I asked the experts who to captain. They were unanimous, 100% saying to captain Haaland away at Aston Villa. Have seen some talk of managers looking to do something a little bit different this week, because there are some tempting fixtures aside from Haaland, but the experts are consistent and they're making it clear their decision. 17% looking to play the bench boost, which doesn't look too bad on paper. Something I'm weighing up in my own team as well. I think when you've not wildcarded yet, being able to bench boost feels like a bit of a good idea, because then, you know, when you do eventually wildcard, you don't need to worry about setting up for a squad of 15. It's mainly that 11 players. So something to weigh up for a lot of managers this week. Looking at the deal sheet then, and quite similar to last week, Chelsea and Arsenal are dominating here. We've got, in terms of the transfers in on the buy list, top of the buy list is Chelsea's Enzo Fernandez. Sunderland at home, Spurs away, Wolves at home, Burnley away is a nice looking for fixtures. I guess it's just his fitness which is the concern, but playing in that number 10 role, being on set pieces, including penalties, makes him an enticing option. In second place, we see Arsenal's Gabriel. This time last week, it was Timber, the Arsenal defender, making this list. But Gabriel, having got that assist last time out, has nicked back in front. And my concern long term is that the fullbacks from Arsenal will get rotated, particularly when we get into that crunch period of November and December. Gabriel, you can kind of see playing every single game. So consistent in that Arsenal defence. 5 clean sheets, just 5 goals conceded, 3 big chances on their goal as well. And third on the buy list is Mateta, who has kind of been going under the radar to this point. Still only 12% owned. He's behind Haaland and Haaland only for all key metrics, shots on target, big chances. Hadn't really delivered until that hat-trick against Bournemouth, but had threatened it. Fixture's a bit of a mixed bag, but with those underlying numbers and penalties, you can see him really kicking on from here. Now, onto the monitor list, and Voltemada keeps his place and in top spot. 4 goals in 5 games has not been enough to convince managers that he's definite buy. I think the fact that he's not on penalties does cause a concern. Fulham at home, though, feels like a nice fixture. I think for me, looking at his home record where he scored 3 and 3, he does feel like a buy, but the experts obviously cautious. He is the most transferred in player for game week 9 with 500,000 transfers in, but perhaps the experts prefer Mateta to Voltemada. A player making wane a lot of teams is João Pedro. The experts say monitor. I think if you're setting your lineup for game week 9 and you see João Pedro sitting there with Sunderland at home, you feel like he's a player that you have to keep, even though he's blanked in 4 successive games. He does have 2 goals and 3 assists this season. Again, you've got to give him one more week at the very least, and Chelsea's fixtures are good for the long term. Also on the monitor list is Gyökeres, who has blanked in 4 successive Premier League games. Looked very good in the Champions League. In midweek, though, Crystal Palace at home, Burnley away, Sunderland away. I can see why a lot of managers were thinking, I've made a mistake buying Gyökeres. It's Saka that I really want. But I think if you've got him, if you're one of those 23.2% of managers with Gyökeres in your team, you kind of got to hold him for these next fixtures. That's what the experts are telling you here. Onto the sell list, Mo Salah keeps his place. 3 successive blanks, 3 successive Premier League losses for Arne Slot's Liverpool team, who are up against it. Brentford away feels like a fixture where he could deliver, but 14.4 million, he's not living up to his price tag, and those funds unlock Arsenal assets. So it is difficult to justify holding him. Reinder's also on the sell list as well. Keeps his place in the experts team for now. We've got this that I'm weighing up in my own team. I've got Haaland. I'm captaining him every week, as is every other manager. Having another City attacker feels nice, but Reinder's just the 3 attacking returns in 8 game weeks. Is he really living up to expectations? His underlying numbers aren't there. The minutes aren't there either. It probably is time to sell. And also on the sell list is Nottingham Forest Chris Wood. Obviously, we don't know what to expect from Nottingham Forest now. Another new manager coming in, Sean Dyche. Maybe that will suit Chris Wood, but just the 16 minutes played against Chelsea. Blanked in 7 successive games following that brace in game week 1 against Brentford. Another player, 9% owned, that is probably now time to move on. If you found this video useful, then hit that like button. We're going for 1,000 likes on this one. Subscribe to the channel as well. No press conference stream this week, I'm afraid, because it's half term, school holidays, off on a little trip with the family, but I will be back late next week with some updates on how we're setting up for game week 10. Thank you for watching.